Welcome dear viewers of Educators. We hope that you all are fine and doing well. So we are here with our new lecture on the difference between inferior and the normal goods. And obviously when when we will be discussing inferior and normal goods, so how can we forget the necessities that will be considered while study the pattern of demand. So when you're talking about inferior and normal goods, so first of all we will move towards normal goods. If you just talk about what is normal goods, you have to keep in your mind that everything around you, everything around us are considered to be the normal goods. All the goods. Your clothes, your pencil, your cell phone that you are holding on, everything that is around you. It can be of the physical shape, texture and size, and it can be the services that you are availing, are considered to be the normal goods, because normality or the inferiority is not embedded in a particular commodity. You have to be sure, you have to be clear that they are not embedded. So the thing is, the normality of any commodity is not embedded, I was saying. So what is being the quality that is embedded? Embedded means the thing that is present in the existence of that particular commodity. Like for example, if a particular glass item is you are purchasing any glass item, so on that particular glass item there is a mention that fragile item inside, or there is a caution that is handle with care. Means the thing that is being contained in that particular box is fragile by nature. The fragility of that particular commodity is embedded in the particular commodity. Means it is in the instinct of that particular commodity that cannot be separated from the particular thing that we are talking about. So if anything is fragile, then it will be clearly mentioned on the particular thing, and that will remain same for all the persons around the universe. Fragility or any other thing, if the particular commodity is sour in taste, if a particular commodity is sweet in taste, that is a universal characteristic of that particular commodity, and that will remain embedded in the particular commodity. So this is not the case of normal commodity. You cannot see on any commodity that is written this commodity is normal. It is written obviously this commodity is the manufacturing date of this particular commodity is this. आपको अक्सर दिख जाएगा what is the MRP, what is the manufacturing date, what is the expiry date, what are the cautions that you have to take, you have to keep away from the reach of the children, etc, etc. There are multiple things that are written on the packing of the particular commodity, but there is no such thing that is this commodity is a normal goods. ये कभी नहीं लिखे मिलेगा. क्यों? Because this normality is not embedded in a particular commodity. That normality depends upon your income status and your preferences. This normality of any commodity depends on your status, your income and your preferences. So everything that you are consuming is normal for you. That's only the reason that why are you purchasing that particular commodity, because it is normal for you. So everything that is around you, you can name multiple options here. That everything, for example, मैं दे चुका हूँ ये, the clothes, pencil, cell phones, mobile phones, your laptops, PCs, everything is normal. So how can you differentiate that what commodity is normal for you or which commodity is not normal for you? So for that particular commodity, you will just see the income effect for the thing. Not income effect, but the effect of income on this particular commodity. What is the effect of income on demand? This is the criteria that you can use to determine which commodity is normal and which commodity is inferior for you. If, for example, you have to see the effect of your income on the demand for the particular commodity, by this you will come to know what is inferior and what is normal for you. So if your income rises, Y means income. Y means income. Income is denoted by the abbreviation as Y. Income is denoted by Y. So if the income of the consumer rises and the quantity of the particular commodity also rises, quantity, or you can say the demand, quantity or the demand. If the rise in the income leads to the increase in the demand for certain particular commodity, that commodity will be the normal for you. It can be any commodity. Say for example, if my income rises, I am going to purchase 3 pairs of shoes instead of 2. Earlier my demand was 2 pairs of shoes. I used to purchase 2 pairs of shoes, but when my income rises, I used to purchase now 3 pairs of shoes. So this pair of shoes is normal for me. Similarly, if my income rises, I used to handle earlier I was used to handle one mobile phone, but with the rise in my income, I used to carry 2 mobile phones. So this mobile phone will be normal for me. Similarly, I used to purchase 2 sets of clothes, or you can say formals. But with the rise in the income, I am used to purchase 10 units or 10 pairs of shirts, or you can say the 10 sets of suits or suiting and shirtings. So that particular commodity will be normal for me. So this is the basic concept of normal, that everything around you is normal. So problem कहाँ पे आती है? The problem arises when the economic student is into the determinants of demand, that what is the difference actually between normal commodity and the inferior commodity. So normal commodity is simple and easy to understand. The concept is very easy, but the problem arises when we come into the when inferior commodity comes into the picture. So what is inferior? As we have told already that no commodity is inferior, or as we have discussed earlier, everything around us is normal. So when everything is normal, everything. So what is the need to study the inferiority of that particular commodity? When everything is normal, which commodity is inferior actually? That is the bigger question. That so we have to discuss what is basically inferior. Inferior are commodities are not substandard commodities. They are not substandard. In fact, as the normality of the commodity lies, yet depends upon the income and our preferences, similarly, inferiority of any commodity also depends upon income and our attitudes, or you can say the preferences. How we are reacting towards the increment in our income. Many times it has been observed that there are not many people whose income rises, but after the rise in the income, they are not used to change their consumption pattern. They used to purchase, for example, they are used to purchase sandals from particular you can say X market. That is not a very hi-fi market, but it is a normal market. So after the rise in the income, the particular person used to purchase the same sandal from the same market. He doesn't change his preference with the change in the income. So that happens. It is commonly observed around us कि हम लोग जो परचेस कर रहे थे, जहाँ से परचेस कर रहे थे, हम वहीं से करते रहेंगे. हमारी इनकम के बढ़ने से हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. दैट इज ऑल्सो सीन इन मैनी केसेस. बट हम ये भी देखते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम यूजिंग प्रेजेंटली आई एम यूजिंग फॉर एग्जाम्पल iPhone 6. So when my income rises, this is the present consumption of mine. What happened? That when my income rises, I used to purchase iPhone 10, or you can say iPhone X. So before moving ahead, we will just clear it out कि जिस तरह से नॉर्मल कमोडिटी का समझने का जो मेथड था, जो था कि व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट ऑफ what will be the effect of income on demand. This is the criteria that we will determine what commodity is inferior for us. So if the rise in the income leads to the fall in the demand of the particular commodity, the demand for that particular commodity is inferior. The demand of the commodity, if falls with the rise in the income of the consumer, that particular commodity whose demand falls with the rise in the income of the consumer, that particular commodity will be inferior for him or her. So ये तो समझने का बात हो गई कि what are the criteria that enables the consumer to determine which commodity is inferior, which commodity is superior. So now let's take an example that our present demand is iPhone 6. On the basis of my current income, I am purchasing iPhone 6 and I am using it. So when the income of mine rises, I used to purchase iPhone X. iPhone X is obviously expensive than iPhone 6. So with the rise in the income, I am purchasing iPhone X. So if you see that particular iPhone 6 is normal for me in the present scenario, because I am using, it is normal, that's why I am using. There are multiple options. There are many other phones available in the market. Those are of the lesser value than iPhone 6. But I am not using those phones because those phones are now in present inferior for me because of my attitude towards my increased income. But when my income rises, I tend to purchase iPhone X because now I can avail iPhone 6. I am in the position to purchase iPhone 6 and I prefer to purchase iPhone 6 because it is available. This option is available now for me. So if my income rises, this is a condition of if. If my income rises, I will purchase iPhone 6. And when I will purchase iPhone 6, this iPhone 6 will become normal for me at that particular period of time. But when we are talking about the present conditions, on the basis of our present income, this iPhone 6 is normal for me. But if I would purchase iPhone X, this same iPhone 6 will become inferior for me. So this is a basic concept. This is a basic difference with the help of which we can differentiate between normal and inferior commodity. Let's take another example. हम बात करते हैं कि there are, you can say, for example, we can move on this side of the screen. There are three different markets: market X, market Y, and market Z. This is the cheapest market, bit expensive. Market Y is bit expensive. Market Z is a posh market, or you can say the most expensive market one can avail for. So there are three different options with the consumer. If suppose I am a consumer and I have three different options, with my given level of income, I am purchasing from this particular market. Now, if the income in the first instance, now in the second instance, if my income rises, now the question is, after the rise in the income, if my attitude towards the consumption changes, then I can move towards market Y or market X. But if my attitude is not changing, I can remain on market X. But if I am moving towards market Y, so in this case, in the first instance, market Y is normal for me. Then only I am purchasing the thing. But when my income rises in the second instance and I am moving towards market Y, this market Y had become normal for me and X had become inferior for me. Similarly, in the third instance, if my income rises again and I'm moving towards market Z, then this market Z now will become normal for me, and both the earlier markets, that was market X and market Y had become inferior for me. If you have taken a note, then I am continuously saying for me, for me, for me. So what is this for me? Why I'm not saying market Y had become inferior? Why I'm saying market Y has become inferior for me? This for me is a subjective phenomenon. This for me is a subjective phenomenon. Subjective means this market, this inferiority or this superiority will change with me, with a particular person. This market, however, is inferior for me in the second and third cases, but for some persons, it will be a dream. So for everyone, that particular market has not become inferior. For someone, it is a dream now. So for example, जैसे कि मैंने पहले example लिया that I have switched from iPhone 6 to I upgraded from iPhone 6 to iPhone 10. For me, again I am saying, for me this iPhone X is a normal commodity for me because of my increased income, and this iPhone 6 is a inferior commodity for me, but it is not for all. There are some persons who are using brand X, but when their income rises, they have switched from brand X to iPhone 6. For them, iPhone 6 will become normal for them, not for me. For them, this iPhone 6 will become normal now, but for me, the same iPhone 6 is inferior. So the phone is neither inferior nor it is a normal commodity, but it depends upon the circumstances. It is subjective phenomena that if you can avail the particular commodity, that is normal for you, and if you are moving forward because of your increased income in the increased you can say the options, alternatives, the particular commodity becomes inferior for you. Next, in the case of demand, there are, you can say, certain commodities that are considered as a necessity for the consumer. So what is necessity? This is the basic concept. Necessity is also subjective. It is interesting to know that necessity is also a subjective term. Subjective means a thing which is a necessity for one is not necessarily the necessity for everyone. For example, if you're taking a example of salt is obviously a necessity, but not for all. There are some persons who are voluntarily not consuming salt, or there are certain persons who are suffering from the problem of high blood pressure. So for salt, if you're talking about the example of salt is a necessity, but not for all. Similarly, sugar is a necessity for all, but not for all. There are some persons who are voluntarily not consuming sugar, as well as there are some persons around us who are diabetic, who are not taking sugar. Similarly, if you take example of some medicine is necessity, but for those persons who are ill, who are suffering from certain disease. So it is also a subjective phenomena that necessities also depends upon time to, it differs from time to time and from person to person. So now let's just take an example, just have a look over the things, that how the income is affecting all the things. How income and demand relations can be studied. So if you're talking about, first of all, normal commodities, there's a simple relation that if the income of the consumer rises, demand for the normal commodities rises. Similarly, if the income falls, the demand for the normal commodity falls. So if you see the relation graphical representation, that will be a positive zone. On y-axis, the income will be shown, and on x-axis, the demand of the commodity will be shown. There is a positive relationship between these two variables, that if the income rises, the demand for the particular commodity also rises. Similarly, moving forward towards inferior commodity. When you are talking about inferior commodity, as we have discussed earlier, that when the income of the consumer rises, the demand for the inferior goods falls. And there is a vice versa relationship, that if the income falls, the demand for the inferior goods rises. If we just take example here graphically, again here on y-axis the income has been shown, is the origin, and x-axis shows the quantity of the commodity that is being demanded by the consumer, and it shows an inverse relationship between income and the quantity, that if the income of the consumer falls, if you can say that if the income of the consumer rises, the demand for the inferior commodity falls. So this is the case of inferior commodity. Now let's have a look on how income is responding to the necessities. Necessities are a unique relation. Either with the increase in the income, the demand for the necessities doesn't change, it remains constant, or the demand for the necessity goods rises up to the certain level but becomes constant at a particular period of time. This can be the example of medicine. Suppose there are two persons, X and Y, they both have different income levels. If they are suffering from fever and they are advised by the medical practitioner or the doctor that they are supposed to take one tab a day. So, be it X or Y, both have to consume only one tab. ये नहीं हो सकता कि जो अमीर है वो 2 टैब ले ले और जो गरीब है वो आधी टैबलेट ले, नहीं. The consumption of tablet will remain same irrespective of the levels of income. So necessities the demand for the necessities either will remain constant or it will increase, but up to a certain extent, and then it will become constant. So this is the basic difference between normal commodities, inferior, and the necessity goods that a consumer is purchasing with a given particular income, and how it is responding, how the demand for these particular commodities is responding with the change in the income that we have studied in this particular lecture. So if you are facing any doubt regarding this, if you have any query regarding this, you can easily ask us. You can comment in the comment box, you can message us, you can email us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for now.